Let me switch gears. I'm going to keep an eye on that during this program. But Peter, I just want to switch gears to this. Last night we showed the dictionary definition of oligarch. But you, my friend, wrote a better one in a piece that you co-wrote for the Toronto Globe and Mail. You described oligarch as the coterie of thieving billionaires that Putin allows to dip into states' resources. The question I have with such a great definition is, what binds Putin to the oligarchs now, and vice versa?
I mean, I think you have to put it in the historical context. When the Soviet Union collapsed, Eastern Europe emerged with a sort of an economic system. There's certainly lots of corruption right now in Eastern Europe, but it emerged with a somewhat healthy capital system that was established. The Soviet Union was unable to do that for a variety of reasons, partly because the former, people in power, the KGB folks like that, essentially took over a lot of the economic power. Even under Yeltsin, there was this real grab for power, and certainly by the time Putin came on board, there were so many people who are wealthy who were controlling the politics and the economics of that country, and so he surrounded himself by these people who are making themselves wealthy. There's a lot of talk of Putin is the richest person in the world. From what I can tell, Putin doesn't care all that much about wealth. Maybe he has a yacht, maybe he has a mansion, but he can't really enjoy that stuff because he's he makes $140,000 a year as a leader of this country, and he's probably pretty busy doing that, waging war right now. But the people around him are able to, as you showed, they have yachts, they have all sorts of assets that are now being seized, and those are the people who have kept him in power. Those are the people who are protecting him. And so, I think the efforts now are to try to wear away at those folks who will then ultimately pressure Putin to relent. The president gave a State of the Union speech and essentially started by saying, hey, we're going to go after your jets, we're going to go after your mansions and your yachts. The next day, Putin bombed a nuclear plant. So I don't know if it's working, but that seems to be the strategy that people are taking, that let's go after the assets.
Everybody thinks that, on paper it's so simple, just take out these guys. A, they're great friends. B, they completely depend on Putin to allow them to continue their kleptocracy. And C, if they put enough pressure on him, they've got his ear. If they don't like what's happening, then, that will have an effect. To that end, that's kind of what the president said today during a cabinet meeting. I just want to play a quick moment. It was literally the first thing he said when the reporters came in for the pool spray. Take a look at this.
The severe economic sanctions on Putin and all those folks around him, choking off access to technology as well as cutting off access to the global financial system. It's had a profound impact already. And the goal was to maximize the impact on Putin and Russia and to minimize the harm on us and our allies and friends around the world.
Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.